from there? Do we need to project? Is it recorded?
We're getting audio on 3 different sources, but feel free to talk loud.
That's cool.
We have camera 1, camera 2, but this is just for audio. This is camera 2, really. So, we're trying to get audio from different places, but feel free to project to make the job easier.
Okay.
Somebody said they're gonna steal my game board idea. Yeah, so on Animal Crossing, I'm not done with it yet, but I'm making a game board so people can come to my island and like I'm gonna put like prizes.
You know what you should have did?
Spots.
Made a game board, then announce it.
Kind of like a Animal Crossing party.
Yeah.
But now since you know somebody's gonna steal it, now you gotta kind of switch it up a little bit.
Change it a little bit. Not look.
Not to have it looking like that. Just switch it up.
That's what I was like. Because when I did this, I was like, I want to change it already.
Just change it.
I'm gonna add prizes on there.
Because you got people that's so lazy and don't want to fucking work and just want to take other people's ideas and shit.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know if you guys know when they do officially announce the date for the PlayStation 5 or Xbox One.
Oh yeah, we gonna do a
pre-order immediately. Same
we
day.
Are both of them.
Both of us we gonna go pre-order it. We gonna pre-order it and then we gonna do a giveaway.
Wow!
Because it looks like they're gonna run out.
If we do $15 a ticket, I guarantee a lot. And if it's just 100 followers we got, it's $1,500.
You know what? I feel like we both could pre-own this shit. It had 2, right?
We pre-order 2, give away 1 each.
And give it 1.
Like if I pre-order 2 PS5s,
extra controllers.
Yeah, you pre-order 2 Xbox One X, and
I got you. Okay.
That means we could pay for both of them and keep one.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Does that?
Look, he gonna hit it. Look, he gonna hit it. Because I like Xbox. I'm not even gonna lie.
You would never.
You know what? On the logo, we could have you with the Xbox T-shirt and you with the PS5 PlayStation T-shirt.
Yeah,
I used to have a gray fitted.
Look, he interested. Look.
Don't steal our idea.
Hey, is
Trademark.
still coming or what?
No, my bad. I didn't say no.
No, that's cool.
What happened?
Oh, I was trying to see if Steven would come over.
Oh.
But Classic Steven didn't reply, so. Yeah.
He probably got something going on.
Probably sleeping.
Everybody busy
he's
now.
The one that always is like, oh, you never invite me? Like, I invite you everywhere.
No. And you invite him.
Mm-hmm.
Check your text, motherfucker.
But now, wait till you start popping.
Oh, I got another topic. I forgot.
You don't have to wait. Let's go. Welcome to the AOE Podcast.
That's my shit.
Hey, as always, this is Cameron Bailey. Or, damn, fuck it. CJRB. Oh, let's do that again. As always. As always, this is the AOE Podcast.
As always. But sometimes it's not.
That's how you
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it tweaks out.
This is CJRB, aka the Wolf. Go. You know, fuck, I'm doing it. The internet guru himself, Sebastian Blankston. Let's get the fuck on.
Bro, how long have you known me and you still can't pronounce my last name?
Did I fuck it up?
Message.
There's no T.
I didn't say it.
Blankston. No, you said Blankston.
I didn't say
We got it recorded.
What?
We got it recorded.
Right?
Anyway.
What's this, Plankton?
Okay.
And the SpongeBob's are popping out
Black Sun.
Black hole sun.
I'm Black
you
Sun.
Wash away.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Anyway, introduce yourself.
Only half.
I'm G-Run.
Oh, you right.
I'm bird up. Caw.
Lynn.
6'6".
Cool. So how's everybody feeling?
Wait, so was that your introduction? Cool. We all said our names and you're like, cool.
Cool.
6'6".
You know?
Oh wait, we didn't introduce.
And we got Bay, special guest member.
She say fuck
What's your
everybody.
name?
She say fuck everybody. I want to be pet. And what you going?
No, she's like, you in my spot. Like,
There's a spot right there.
Bay, go sit over there.
Go ahead, go over there.
She's like, but I won't get my head pats from you if I'm over.
Not happening. So what's new with everybody?
What's new, Scooby-Doo?
I mean,
Scooby-Doo is new.
He just
Isn't there a new Scooby-Doo?
Yeah,
Like,
there is.
Scoob
came out?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. If you want to watch it after this, I purchased it.
Really?
Oh.
Hey, movie night.
So they got a new Scooby-Doo coming.
Yeah,
out.
they have a new Scooby-Doo. So alright, so the premise, oh, by the way, sister, huge Scooby-Doo fan.
I love Scooby-Doo.
So, like, this is how come I know all about Scooby-Doo. Yeah, man, I don't know who showed it to her first, but whoever did fucked up.
Oh, Sebastian. Yeah, he got the comic books for her.
Fucked up. Anyway,
Yo, you are so fucking funny,
Scooby-Doo. So Scooby-Doo has the movie came out. It's an animated movie. What's really cool about it is it's like leads you all the way up to kind of like today with Scooby-Doo, but it starts off like in the past when they're kids. So it kind of like
I saw that.
Not only that, but the thing that got me really excited about it actually is that they have like Captain Caveman in there. I don't know if y'all ever remember like Hanna-Barbera and like Captain Caveman. Yes.
Hanna-Barbera universe.
Exactly. Which, by the way, like high key, not even like low key, Hanna-Barbera is probably one of the like greatest overall, I would say overall, right? Like, because of how many different comics they had like going on at one time period, it was ridiculous. Like, if you think about like your childhood growing up in cartoons, they basically ran that shit other than Looney Tunes.
Yogi Bear.
Yeah, like all of those.
I love Yogi Bear.
Like Wacky Racers, how they incorporated everything together randomly. Like how Wacky Racers even came about. Like each show had its own like little thing where they like led to Wacky Racers. And like going into
the original animated cinematic universe.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, I don't know original, but yeah.
I mean, it's going back to the 60s, dude.
Yeah, but you had cartoons in the 60s with like Superman and Batman and all those. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they were great, but they were there.
They didn't really acknowledge each other like they did that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the cops like, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's holding it. Look who's holding the phone out. Sponsored by Twisted Tea will hold you up. No, I'm joking.
But no.
I mean, as far as Scooby-Doo, like, I always love how they brought, like, the different crossovers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Hanna-Barbera classic. Like,
well, I even love when they did the Batman crossover.
Well, yeah, that's, like, I want to give them credit for crossovers, only because the oldest crossover I can remember was a Hanna-Barbera crossover. But I know there were probably crossovers before that. I just don't remember them being as impactful. Like, everyone remember, like, the Flintstones meet the Jetsons. Like, that's...
that was I remember that.
Crazy, because the Flintstones was in the past, Jetsons were in the future, and somehow Hanna-Barbera was like,
mix it.
Y'all gotta make it. And then it makes sense.
Was farther in the future in a post-apocalyptic world past the Jetsons. They didn't go past. They went to the future.
They never acknowledged or denied that. So.
Or it could have been just they're just down below the
Correct.
Greg, how are you?
I'm doing good. I've learned a couple of things this week. Inuyasha is getting a sequel series, which will follow two twins of a boy and a girl. The girl gets knocked into the same well as Kagome and goes to the future, past feudal Japan, and gets raised for 10 years by Kagome's brother.
Okay, so is it Kagome's child?
No. Once they figure out to send her back,
then I'm bailing.
Just follow. She finds her brother. He's become a demon slayer.
Oh, actually, that's a girl. She just likes to wear boys' clothing because it's easier to demon slay in there.
There you go.
But they team up with Kagome and Inuyasha's daughter.
Okay, so are they the children of...
Sesshomaru.
Possibly. Okay. They haven't been... that hasn't been confirmed.
Wait, who's the dude with the wind tunnel? What's his name?
Muraku.
Right. Did he finally sleep with what's her name? And
they got together at the end of Inuyasha, the final.
That's what I'm saying. So are those like... They
haven't shown who those kids are.
Yeah.
But the rumor is Haku, the female with the big boomerang.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Her brother teaches the boy how to become a demon slayer.
He did.
Oh.
Yeah, when they're older,
Wait,
he was
do
the one.
they time travel like to the past?
No, this is like
before
years
that?
after the original Inuyasha.
I'm gonna watch one episode, but I'm just saying if those children are not related to the original characters, I'm turning that shit off.
They're related.
Wait, I remember it says
cousin.
sister, but they don't know who the mom is.
Is there
So,
a
and
release
there's
date
a lot
yet?
of discrepancy between that because some people said Ren's the mom, that's disgusting, and some people said if Ren's the mom, that's okay if she was an adult because Ren, the little girl that traveled with Sesshomaru, and Sesshomaru dropped her off at the Inuyasha the final act.
Man, why? Sesshomaru, man, I don't care about him.
Why?
Why? Because he can take a chill pill.
I love Sesshomaru.
I just needed him to take a chill pill and run the whole demon kingdom and allow his brother to do whatever the frick he wanted.
Yeah.
Okay? That's all I need. Alright?
But all the main characters is Inuyasha and Kagome's daughter.
Okay.
All I'm saying, if Koga's not in it, then I'm gonna go to IKEA and flip a bunch of tables.
Fucking
Koga,
The little fox.
the fox, he.
Nah.
Wait, Koga, the wolf.
Yes,
Yeah,
because he
Koga?
would hold that shit down.
Nah.
And
So
he
what
was
I
strong
need,
as
nah.
fuck.
So the thing is, I don't need Koga. I need like Koga's son or something who's trying
Exactly,
to
and I
get
want-
Inuyasha's daughter.
I want.
That would be fire.
Wait.
You see?
I could watch
Because
that.
it goes through the lineage, you know?
Yeah,
Because
I
he
could
was always
watch
talking about, it don't matter where you go, girl. I'm still gonna be here for you. I'm gonna be your rock. You know, that's who he was.
I got another topic.
What's up?
Is Pokemon voice
That louder.
What?
Pokemon.
What?
What about Pokemon?
Pokemon voice actress Kamako Ake
Oh,
dies.
yeah, she
from
passed
corona-
away.
She dies from corona.
Wait, who did she?
Rest in peace.
See,
Jenny.
he would be
Yeah.
trying to. Look,
Officer Jenny?
I'm just
Nurse
saying.
Nurse.
Wait, what's the officer's name?
She had
Yeah.
underlying medical
Jenny.
problems
Yeah,
too, though.
yeah.
Yes,
She had
Nurse
cancer.
Jenny.
She had cancer.
No, she did a character named Jenny off of the Pokemon from 2005.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I thought it
Sort
was
of black and white.
Speaking of Pokemon, is Brock ever gonna get him a nurse? Like, I'm just asking.
What?
He probably got the nurse and probably not even talked about the shit.
I don't know.
Because think about it, you haven't heard from Brock in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That was
what
like his fault.
Because he raising his own
No.
siblings.
No, because he sexually assaulted one of them,
Oh.
and he's a witness protection right now.
Why would he be in witness protection? What kind of evidence does he have against
Man,
anybody?
Nurse Jen twerk on
Well,
him.
you mess with one, Jenny, you got them all. He can't go in
Nurse
those places.
Jen twerk on him. Man.
But I mean,
I'm good,
we do want to say rest in peace for everybody that's affected right now. For
I'm
not
sorry.
just
I'm
Found
gonna
out
say-
Fred
I'm gonna say
Willard
rest in
died
peace just because they
today.
infected. Okay, I'm gonna say fight's a good fight.
our condolences. I mean, our prayers and thoughts are with everybody that right now that's being affected by.
Because,
corona.
prayers and thoughts were
Thoughts and prayers. We don't
Bye.
Yo,
care.
he got a new
Bye.
superhero movie
Man.
coming out. The Rock.
I mean, probably
playing.
got
I'll
him
get 2 prayers though. You don't get no.
On
I gotta
Netflix.
keep my prayers.
on Netflix.
Yeah, they say new Dwayne Johnson superhero movie is hit to Netflix. So let's hit
Yes, because we're looking up the news as we're making the podcast.
Hey,
Sure.
Whoa, keep it natural, bro. Keep it natural,
What
bro.
was that?
Well,
Natural?
Who's got to top it? Anybody?
Go ahead, Kurt. Let's go. So PlayStation 5. You saw the trailer. You introduced me to it yesterday.
that was fun.
I have to admit, the graphics was dope. The graphics were dope.
I know there's Drake.
But I was disappointed as soon as they started moving with the character, and I was like, okay, that's a cutscene, and this is the gameplay. So
the part that you might have missed with that is none of that was used with motion capture. The point was that all of the movements that the character was doing, especially when climbing the walls, is artificial intelligence.
Oh,
so
that's
you
awesome.
don't need to you don't need to pay someone to go and act all this shit out. You can just literally program it and let the AI kind of take over. Same with like when the bats came out in that trailer, all of that is procedurally generated by AI, which means you don't need to spend time and money designing that. You can just use the AI and have it do it for you.
But for me, like, isn't that like a showcase of the Unreal Engine, the
Yes.
latest one, not
Yes.
the
They always
PlayStation 5?
It's not necessarily showing PS5 graphics, it's showing what the PS5 is capable of running. Not all games are going to use Unreal Engine 5, but the majority don't. But it's showing you that if you wanted that type of clarity and like to make it look that real, you could do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because one of the main games they've been testing and they've been showing test stuff is Spider-Man on the PS5.
Yeah.
And they showed the whole world
Oh my
load
God.
up in about 5 seconds.
That's the same Spider-Man?
Same as Spider-Man, which took about forever to load up
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole
it
world.
takes
Yeah. It was about like 30 to 45 seconds.
Let me be real.
And then they get it under like 5 seconds.
Because like I was talking about this earlier, because I just like powered on the PS2 and like tried to play a game on the PS2 and it took like 10 minutes for it to load something. Alright, on the PS4, because I have a PS4 Pro, it doesn't take 10 minutes, it's like 3.
Yeah.
But the fact that it takes 5 seconds, yeah, it's super dope. I've also realized that I'm spoiled as crap whenever it comes to load screens. I hate load screens. I despise load screens. I don't want to see them.
You would like Uncharted.
Well, I just think it's ironic considering I started off when, you know, you had the you know, like the dial-up internet
Yeah.
where it took 20 minutes just to, you know, like enter a chat room.
Yeah, that's why I would like Uncharted 2 is because they started a thing which a lot of companies have not gone to, where they played the movie for the load scene, and then they got to a point where it was so, it like the cutscene matched the play.
Yeah, because they time the cutscene as the
And the graphics at the same time, because my wife was watching me play that, she thought I was watching a movie.
So
She never realized I played a game for about 30 minutes.
for the people that know, for the people
It took
that
30
know,
minutes for you to die?
Yeah.
There you go.
for the people that know more than me, I mean, so how does the PlayStation 5 compare to the Xbox?
Well, one thing
Series?
is they are redesigning a whole new solid state drive just for the PS5. They've really teamed with NVIDIA on the graphics card because they're going to the AMD. Their new, of course, you've seen the processors,
Yeah, man.
and
All I care about is the cables. I care about the cables, alright? People don't understand.
Why do you care about the cables?
Because, see, that's the thing that people always overlook, okay? So here's the thing. You can have like for instance, if you take a solid state drive and you put it in a PS4 right now, do you know how much of a difference it makes in your PS4?
not really.
Nothing.
It increases, it makes the load time a little bit faster.
By a fraction of a second. It's not worth the evaluation. Do you know why?
Okay.
It's because the cables inside there are not meant to handle the speeds of a solid state drive.
Yeah, they're developing new cables.
Yeah, so
at
the
the
new
same
cables
time.
will be designed to match the Sony SSD.
And see, that's all.
If you're putting in your own stuff, then you probably won't get the same
Yeah.
Basically,
And that's,
experience.
What they're trying to do is they're doing what they did with Blu-ray. They're trying to mass market a new type of mechanics so they could test it out, see if it's going to be good. And if they do it the same way that Blu-ray did, it's going to win.
I just think it's funny how we go through the same cycle every year. It's like, or every time this happens, it's like PlayStation's always like the first ones out. It's like, yeah, we're coming out. This is the shit. Xbox remains silent. Nintendo remains silent. And then Nintendo always like, hey, well, you're gonna fuck with us because we're Nintendo. And then like Xbox, they do the whole price war. So I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
It's kind of opposite right now because Xbox has everything out. They've shown us what it looks like. They've shown us what it can and cannot do.
Looks like
They've shown us everything. We don't even know what the PS5 looks like. And there's a video of the PS5 controller working. We don't know if that's real. And one thing that concerns me about that video that looked badass, there's essentially a screen on your controller now. How badass is that? It's dope. But how long is your battery gonna last?
But see,
a couple hours.
That's what kind of scares me too, because when the PS4 came out, they talked so much about this touchpad, and until Warframe, I barely used the touchpad. Like,
well, that's because they didn't invest in the technology.
Yeah,
so that's all it is.
Really
like
use the touchpad.
If you look at it,
like
when
Detroit.
When
Detroit.
like when the PS4 first came out, I don't even know if anybody played this, but there weren't any, like, there were barely any games for like the PS4 when it first came out. For, like,
remember the 6-axis feature?
Yeah, but what they had is they had the iBot game that came standard. I don't even know if you have that still on the PS4.
Wait, are you talking about the one
3 and the 4? Yeah,
yeah, 3. Yeah,
the 3. Sorry, when they first came out with the touchpad, it was on the 3. That's right. But and like there weren't any games for the 3, but the 3 was backwards compatible, so you could play 2 games, so on and so forth. Yeah. But they had the iBot game, and it completely used the touchpad.
Wait.
That's all it used in order to operate, because they were just trying to show off the feature of the touchpad on the controller. But I mean, when you only have that for one console, and people are marketing games for multiple consoles, they're not going to modify it in order to be used to certain aspects, but on things like Detroit versus Evil and things like that, where
Yeah.
they were like exclusives, then absolutely you're able to like modify those in order to showcase what your console can really do in your controller.
Speaking of new graphics, how do y'all feel about Cyberpunk? You know, we have been hearing so much about Cyberpunk, and now the latest thing is you can customize genitals now. So, how you feel?
What do you customize?
Genitals?
The genitals?
The bottom
Gen
area
titties?
of a female are male.
What?
Which I'm like,
Generational titties?
number
What
one,
are you talking about?
how are you going to do that? Like,
It's not a big deal, I feel like.
okay, so are you gonna be able to customize like the pussy wall or like the inner lips?
I don't know, but I mean, Sims
No,
is...
clearly it's gonna be all exterior.
In Sims
You're not
with
gonna
my
get all up
mods...
in there, unless maybe during the sex scene there's like a
Maybe pierce a
POV from the
lip or
shot of the
something.
penis, and you go inside.
You could
That
pierce
sounds like
it,
a lot.
get you a...
I feel like this is. Has no one heard this?
Yo, sing that song. That shit go. That shit. Yo, send me that shit, yo. I'm gonna play that shit.
Hey, I'm gonna put it here, and we can all say it, but nobody cared.
I mean, wait.
No, you know.
It
Greg,
doesn't matter.
No,
But
you
I
don't
wanna
care.
know.
So, I don't
Hold on.
get it.
But I want to know.
I think every dude who has a small dick just got really excited because you know what, they can be
Right.
big dick hot one
Yeah, exactly.
on.
Apparently, he got so
You want to
excited.
be big, fucking small
Well,
horse dick?
Yep.
You can do it. But my question is, do you design it when you're flaccid as well as firm, or do you just design a flaccid penis and later they animate the firmness, but it's not what you originally had in mind, and you're like, oh fuck, I should.
I mean, cause I might want my dick to have superpower. Like, when it's hard.
Wait, what y'all talking
Wait,
about?
here's my other question. Hey, so we're talking about genitals, we immediately went to
the
dicks.
genitals.
But let's talk about
you
breasts.
can
you alter the breast size?
You can alter the breast size
Why?
for sure.
Wait,
also,
wait.
you don't have to be a male or female sex.
Exactly.
You can make a
That's
hairy
why.
penis.
That's
say
why.
something?
When I
Please,
hold on, hold on.
You can make a
Isn't the
hybrid.
big
You can make a
as a
hybrid.
guy?
That's right.
With boobs and a dick.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go
That's
ahead,
what you
Ryan,
want
what's
to do.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Everybody-
I'm gonna have like one small
I'm
titty
waiting
and
for
one big
everybody
titty.
to-
I mean, if that
Like that
hang on,
lady
but
off
that,
of
but like,
Yeah.
but like,
That's
Can you have
people sometimes.
three teeth? Can
That
you
may be
do
true.
that?
Some people get a
Puerto Rico?
mastectomy.
something.
Some people get a mastectomy
What's
for
the-
breast cancer. If their breast has cancer, you gotta get a mastectomy. You gotta get that shit done. So
Yeah,
some
so
women
if-
Wait, did they
literally-
put cancer in the game?
So you
No,
No, but I'm saying.
I'm just saying. I don't
but
need
you
to
could be a
that
cancer
real
survivor in the
Can I
game.
say something?
Yeah, go.
Everybody done talking.
No, I'm not done.
I'm
Go.
No, think about it. What
You have
what-
cyber in the hand.
No, look at this society that we live in today. Everybody want to be free, right?
Exactly.
But yet, they're not free because they're obsessed with
No.
stuff like
You
this.
gotta
No,
think
it's
about
Because
it.
it should be normalized. It should be
Yeah,
normalized.
yeah,
And the
and-
Sims have been doing this shit for
For
years.
years, and she's right. So that's why I said people want to be free, so they trying to figure out a way to make people feel free without
Make it
being free.
All inclusive.
All conclusive.
I mean, the
Yeah.
only reason why I don't feel that is because
But the Sims been doing that for years, though. Seriously.
The only reason why you know what, Cam, I'm gonna hop on this. I don't feel that only because I want to say one thing.
what's up?
Where's my transvestite Barbie at?
Oh my god. Only reason why I don't feel it because it's like you
Not
said.
Maybe it'll come
not yet.
after.
Last time I checked,
Once
both
they see how
Hannah and
successful
Barbie are
Cyberpunk
still
is,
flat.
you might get it.
No, I got your point. I got your point right now.
I'm just saying that would normalize it right then and there. You
Look,
think
look,
Barbie
look,
and Ken
look,
have dicks
no.
and vaginas?
No.
They
Look,
used to have dicks and vaginas.
Well,
They did?
Yeah.
When?
But okay, I found
Is
that
this back
because
in
when
the
I was
60s?
little, I got a Barbie book from the library in the kids section. It had the history of Barbie, and Barbie was bent over and she had lips. And my mom was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, so they used to, but a lot of people rioted.
But
Well,
they-
not rioted, but they sent a lot of letters.
Letters.
but,
Yeah.
Rioted.
so when they start making,
These letters, oh!
I got
These
it.
too many
Letters are dangerous. I don't know if y'all know that.
But I'm glad you brought that up.
I
When
imagine like the
did
Terminator
they
2
start
ending
making
with the
black
fist
Barbies?
sinking in a pile of letters.
They
I'm
just
sorry,
started
Barney.
recently.
They
making-
just
No.
started.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Last time I checked, Black Barbie was just white Barbie with a dark
Exactly.
ass
They
hand.
just started
Yeah.
making Barbies with
When?
bell pepper noses and afro hair. I saw that last Christmas.
Right, and why is that?
I don't know.
Because it's becoming more popular in that
True.
shit. So
I would just say,
but why does it take?
It's cheaper to use the same.
My whole thing, why does
colors.
it take so long for them to get a black Barbie? But we so quick to be like, hey, this is a
look. Every woman want to be Barbie.
That's fine, but like,
I ain't gonna say every woman. Most women.
And they just started making like Barbies with disabilities.
Most American women want to be like a Barbie. I'm gonna give you a prime example. So they had this lady. She spent hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh my god.
Plastic surgery and everything to try to look just like a Barbie.
She does not.
And she look like a horrible fucking mess.
Yes,
That
she
was
does.
a waste of money.
There's a Ken too.
Let me ask y'all something.
Oh
So,
yeah, the Ken. They hate each other.
Yeah.
Side fact: the guy who was trying to be female, like the Ken and the woman trying to be Barbie, they did a photo shoot together. They hate each other. I just think that's.
I wonder why.
This is my only problem with the being able to customize the jumpsuits in Cyberpunk is it feels like a gimmick. Like my whole thing is like Grand Theft Auto, taking a prostitute or whatever, and watching the car bounce was a gimmick or whatever to me. Like,
right.
To me, it needs to be more than just a gimmick. It needs to be like, hey, if you choose to have sex with a character, it fucks up the relationship. Like, I want that Mass Effect type of.
You want real life in a video game.
Don't waste my time with customizing genitals.
So just like you're talking about now, like everybody, or at least with this particular topic with Cyberpunk, is focusing on genitalia. Nobody's talking about the fact that there are thousands of guns in this game, one of which can shoot around the corners.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is like new types of combat that's never been done before.
I've seen Wanted.
Resistance.
Maybe
around
game.
in
I know there was a Wanted game.
Yeah, there was.
But
They were.
still, I really like. Yeah,
Curve, bullet curve.
I thought it was total bullshit.
But the thing that I also want is I want to make sure, like, because there are thousands of guns. Look, we're in 2020. We're going into 2021. You better not fire one gun and another gun and it sounds the exact same. That would piss me off.
Yeah, true.
That's why I like.
What was that movie called with Angelina
guns.
Jolie?
With the amount of time it's been in production.
The way you said that was like Animal Crossing got guns. DLC.
That's a prime example.
Motherfucker,
Like,
don't be on
depending
my
on what
island.
shoes you wear, it clicks a little bit differently. And if it
That
rains,
movie was
your
good
shoes hit
too.
different.
Wanted.
And that shit.
Remember the
when
Fifth
they do
Element?
details like
You
that.
shoot one pin and then all the bullets would go to that one.
No, fucking
There's your
Angelina
curvature.
Jolie, like, pow. And she shot that shit like pow, and that shit went around. I say what?
I don't know if anybody saw.
Right, you can do that in real life.
Look.
Go try it.
I don't know if anybody
I'm
saw.
trying that shit too.
I don't know if anybody saw Wanted in theaters. But the most interesting thing to me about
You ain't
seeing
gonna bail me
Wanted
out.
in
That's some
theaters
fucked up shit.
was at the very end.
That's some
Whenever you said
Hold on. There's a lot of crosstalk. I cannot hear any
sorry.
one of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to all three, and I cannot hear any one of you.
All right,
We're talking about
I go
the
first.
that should not.
All right,
You want me to
let's
go
get
first?
back on the track. Go.
So
And then
my
we'll
thing
discuss.
is that Wanted, right? Wanted really was the one like really introduced me to like the type of like I honestly didn't know that. I'm not sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong. When I saw Angelina Jolie, but then like she shot that shit and it went around like. It threw questions in my head like, can a bullet really do that shit?
You know that movie's based on a superhero comic, right?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's based on where the supervillains won, and the same premise. And this famous assassin died, and his son had to take over. They had to
But
kill
can
him.
you really do that shit?
No,
You cannot.
it's a movie. Leave it in the movie.
So it's fake.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
All right,
can't.
that's all I need to know. Because
Oh,
I mean,
really?
but what threw that to my attention is like you were saying. I think either you or one of
You
you.
would have to have a really curvature bullet.
But they had a gun that could shoot around the
you
corner.
designed the bullet
Yes.
and the muzzle.
Well, the closest you can get to curving right now is bouncing off of something, but you really a bullet cannot curve.
Well, if
you design
a bullet that way, yeah.
then you
Yeah.
I
could.
disagree. I don't know if any of y'all fired a gun, but if you drop a gun enough times, man, that bullet's gonna curve.
But the closest we do have it is a musket, because of how inaccurate those things are. They do
With the
curve.
ball.
Like if
And
you
the ball
you've
spins.
seen those
but
movies.
being able to actually
You
control
hit
it.
game for that picture. You
Right.
hit like that window, but you're aiming perfectly there because of there's no because when they developed the rifle, Forgot his name. But they had to put screws, a curve, into the rifle so the bullets would go straight. The muskets did not have those, and it was just a ball. So you had like 45% control over where the bullet's gonna go. That's why it was like you shot, and for the guy's head, you shot his leg off.
Especially with jet propulsion bullets, which are a thing.
Well, then,
so if you design it, and maybe even you'd have to have an AI that would be able to sense the wind speed, where to adjust parts, where to release parts of the bullet. But yeah, we can do it.
I've been so we've been watching a lot of old anime lately.
Okay.
Like, Hitman Reborn, Parasite the Maximum, and stuff like that. So my question is, like, and even like anime that we just saw, like it was like, like Bandit King Jane or whatever. I'm like, we just started. So it's just funny, like a lot of these animes nobody talks about or whatever, or become sweepers or whatever. So my question is, nowadays, what makes an anime mainstream? Because like back when I was growing up, I guess everything that I watched on Cartoon Network and stuff like that, everybody like, oh, you played out this mainstream, yada yada, my Dragon Ball Z's, my Naruto's and stuff like that. So nowadays, what's Cartoon Network's not really showing an anime or whatever, and now anime is so well known.
Tsunami, right?
Yeah,
Tsunami comes on every Saturday.
Yeah, but it's stuff that everybody's seen already.
Yeah, that's mainstream.
Something that appeals to a lot of people, because I know Tsunami would play Paranoia Agent when I was young, and not a lot of people still know about that.
But even then, like, Tsunami's not showing Demon Slayer, but Demon Slayer is mainstream.
Adult Swim is showing Demon Slayer. That's how I watched the dub, is because the only way I could watch it was on AdultSwim.com.
But see, Demon Slayer was on. They won the best anime or something like that.
Yeah,
best new anime.
Best new anime, right?
But you got to think.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna relate this to Game of Thrones. What facts did it actually draw people? The huge people. What main things drew it? And it wasn't just like the story was like fifth in line, but it was like shock factor,
nudity,
blood, nudity, and stuff. That's what caught people, because the main crowd wants to see that.
Okay.
They don't really care about the story anymore.
But I don't even know about that, because there's so many Chinese anime that people don't even touch or look at or whatever. And it's like, we don't, like, what is it going to take for some of those unknown anime to even be brought to people's attention? Like, you would think that now that we have Crunchyroll, but even then it's like, hey, Crunchyroll only shows a certain select anime or whatever, and a lot of times they're late to the game. Like, D-Game, or, wait, is it D-Game?
I mean, that's if you're playing the game, then you're only referred to it as the game.
Whatever the anime was.
Otherwise, you'll die.
What's the anime name?
I don't know, man. Can I really talk about that?
Damn, I didn't know that.
Darwin's Game.
Darwin's Game.
That was good.
Like, Darwin's Game, Crunchyroll was late on that, so, but everybody was already like...
There's a reason why Crunchyroll is late on certain animes, though. Because, Crunchyroll has contracts, just like everybody else has contracts.
Yeah. So
Crunchyroll starts off with the ones it has contracts with. But anime, just like everything else, bro, it's just like, let's be real. When you say it with anime, I would say the same thing when it comes to basketball players and everything else that exists in this world. Like,
I got you.
literally, like, if you look at it, right? So, look at it. Michael Jordan, right? Let's go there. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. People would argue, like, the greatest, right? There have literally been people who will literally go to Michael Jordan's face and say, I know a kid who played basketball better than you, who never played in the NBA. Because they didn't have chances or opportunities that Michael Jordan had in order to make it where he was. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when it comes to anime. If you look at tons of anime that just gets canceled like before it even gets started, it's because of funding. There's not enough money. I looked it up. On average, every anime episode that comes out, one episode that is 30 minutes, it costs on average $10,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to make one episode. Golly. And it's a cartoon that may not even hit off right away, and it takes time for it to even gain a following. but it costs you $10,000 to make.
Like take Firefly for instance.
Firefly is still accredited as one of the greatest shows of all time.
Reason it got canceled? Funding.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat Legacy got huge reviews and everything. Funding.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a topic before we got it.
Oh, there's another one. The State of Marvel.
Oh, well, I mean, as far as like Marvel right now, I'm just scared. Like, a lot of people are scared right now. I'm kind of like me. I'm just hoping because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is ending or whatever, and right now we just wrapped up a big saga or whatever. Like Marvel did it better than everybody, never been done. But then it's like, okay, so what's next or whatever? We're hearing rumors that Black Panther after might be leaving. We're hearing rumors that things are getting delayed. So my whole thing is I'm hoping that they don't fuck up their formula. Like I think it was even though they're ending Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., to me it was impactful that there was always that show that kind of I'm gonna watch it and then it'll connect to what's going on in the movie or whatever. And I feel like since they're losing that, they may not have that background or that backbone or whatever. But
I'll tell you exactly what they should do, even though they may not listen to me. What they should do is they need to bring back the Inhuman show. They need to take Daisy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because you already have Nick Fury. You're already gonna leave S.H.I.E.L.D. where S.H.I.E.L.D. is established. You take Daisy because she's one of the main Inhumans. You take her, you put her in the Inhuman show. You have Black Bolt. You have Black Bolt train Daisy, and then you go from there. You can do your Eternals movies. You can do everything else like that involving Inhumans.
And you could introduce Fantastic Four by having Human Torch somehow show up.
You can do all of that, and you can still have a congruent unity for the next 10 years. Here's the problem. The problem is, and I stand by this, and literally anyone can comment and say that I'm wrong and explain exactly how I'm wrong, and I would appreciate it. Marvel has no idea what they are doing. The current person what's his name? The guy, I don't even like him.
Kevin Feige?
Yeah, I don't even like him. Because the dude has no idea what he's talking about. Dude literally went and broadcasted and was like, oh yeah, by the way, Captain Marvel is the strongest character in all of Marvel. Everyone knows that's not true.
No.
But he made that bold statement. Why did he make that bold statement?
Just to get hype.
Just to get hype. But the thing is, I also think he made that bold statement because he has no idea where he wants to go. The whole thing is, he's talking about making Captain Marvel the main character in the new Avengers. That does not work. Congruently in any of her comics, it makes no sense.
Even what you saw in the movie, you left it off where she's
a floater, bro.
She doesn't feel part of the team. She kind of distanced herself or whatever.
She's a military. She's a military person. She would feel at home, feel in charge. But it would not work. They already showed it with the cartoon.
You guys
did that,
yeah.
And that shit got canceled.
You guys inspire leadership.
No, but it's not even that. It's that her character from existence and creation it's more like a Green Lantern. So the whole thing is she has she's like a whole universe.
Yeah.
Where she has to protect and go to. The Avengers is like a world team, not a universe team. That's why it doesn't work. Now, if you were going to create a Guardians of the Galaxy type of, all right, we're going to establish this universal power type thing. We're going to make Captain America the leader of it. Not Captain America. Ms. Marvel. Captain Marvel. Then I would have been that's dope.
In the comics, that worked. She was in charge of a thing called Ultimate Avengers.
And that's what I'm saying.
But she has her own team.
That works. But if they're going to go on that type of scale, then that's great. But the only reason why I say they can't do that as of right now,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
They haven't established all the characters in order to do that.
Right.
Which, don't get me wrong, with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume... What? They're still working on Volume 3. Yeah, they're still working on Volume 3. That potentially could happen. Although, the thing that makes me scared is Volume 3 was originally supposed to be released prior to this last movie.
That'll make me scared.
I thought that wasn't the plan because
that was the original plan.
Because he was like, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to do Suicide Squad first.
No, what happened is they fired Gunn because of a comment that Gunn made. When they fired Gunn was like, well, I'm unemployed. And then DC was like, yo, you want to do Suicide Squad? And he was like, oh, bet. And then, like, a whole bunch of people were like, oh, well, bruh, I'm not going to work unless this man going to do it. And then they were like, oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe you're right. Hold on, Gunn, you want to come back? And he's like, yo, man, I already signed up with Suicide Squad, so you don't have to work on my schedule. And Disney was like, all right, bro, we're going to do that.
But one thing I want to mention that to stay on Marvel with the people leaving is because Don Cheadle said it best. When they offered him War Machine, he didn't know if he wanted to commit to 8 movies and not be able to work on other stuff. The way Marvel's postponing everything right now, people are passing up offers right now of movies and shit like that. Not the coronavirus, but before that.
But see, I don't see why you couldn't do
because
both.
once they sign on to Marvel, they have to sign on for at least a certain amount of movies.
Yes, but take Iron Man. He did Sherlock Holmes while he was Iron Man as well.
That's Robert Downey Jr. He was the one who said it. He could do shit, anything he wanted.
I'm just saying.
Chadwick Boswick barely got to do the 21 Bridges movie. That movie sucked.
I'm not gonna say so. Anyway, we go to the next.
No, but as far as Chadwick Boseman goes, he already has like several titles already signed up for besides Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But he signed up to our movies, Black Panther, and he can't really go to do our movies because of the schedule of Marvel movies.
well, the main thing I would argue is I wouldn't even argue that it's the schedule. I'm not even gonna argue the schedule. I'm gonna argue it's the actual physical shape that you have to be in.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. was blessed to have the character Iron Man because literally Iron Man is just a dude in a suit who does stuff. So he doesn't have to be in like the most
Face
ripped
cam in a dark
shape
kind of-
ever. Don't get me wrong. Was he in some ripped shape?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But did he have to be in that ripped shape?
Yeah.
Nah, he
Like
could have been
Captain
average.
America shape.
Yeah, he could have been average dude. He could have been average dude shape, and it would have still worked. So yeah, he can go play Sherlock
Hugh
Holmes,
Jackman.
who is an average dude. Hugh Jackman had to be ripped in order to play all those movies.
That's true.
Like, that's
He's
insane.
getting ripped every movie.
Yeah.
More
I mean, well, no, we're
No,
not talking about Sylvester Stallone
No,
in Rambo, you know, who I also
Rumor is he wants to come back, does one more Wolverine, only if he's in Deadpool.
I'm sorry, I think he's still.
Hey,
But anyway, then what's the next topic?
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Y'all got any things to talk about before we go ahead and wrap it up?
I'm hungry.
Damn. Well, we are serving some salmon today, so no.
Wait.
Anyway,
Robert Pattinson refusing, not working out while wait to be Batman.
I mean everybody knew that.
He in a suit.
Yeah, but isn't he supposed to play like an older Batman or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Year Zero kind of Batman.
Oh,
It's
see, I think I would have been happier if they made a Nightwing movie or if they made a Batman Beyond movie.
Batman Beyond. Thank you.
Either one of those movies, I'd be way happier with. And you know what? Even though I don't think Robert Pattinson would make the best Nightwing in the world, I still think he can play it off.
I mean, my whole thing is, it was too soon for them to do another
But Terry
Batman movie.
McGinnis, he would have been fired as a Terry
Yeah.
McGinnis.
It's whatever.
That could
Anyway.
be easily like Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man kind of face.
Is anything else more known about the plot, like villain or anything like that?
The villain. There's gonna be multiple villains.
I don't want another Joker. I'm be honest. I really
Rumor is Johnny Depp is in talks to play the Joker.
Oh, stop. Okay, picks of the
I
week.
have heard that.
Don't get me wrong.
He would do
I think he would do fire because
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, like, this man has range.
I think he could do it, but I think
It's been overdone.
I think it needs to be. They need to build up a different Batman, which they haven't got a chance to do. So they introduced Joker so soon.
They need to let Bruce Wayne die.
Huh?
They need to let Bruce Wayne die
No, I'm
and
not
Terry
saying-
McGinnis rise. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
No, you could just give him a separate movie where he's not tied to shit, or
Nightwing or
bring him from the future, or just do Nightwing. Like my whole thing is,
No, I would love this. This would be awesome if they did it. You do it, fine. Do another Batman movie, fine. But I need you to have a Robin in this one, okay?
my whole thing is.
Then I need you to have a Nightwing movie.
Yeah, they gotta have
And
a
then
Robin.
if you have that Red Hood, oh, that would be
Yes.
so dope.
I was literally just thinking,
Oh.
okay, if Johnny Depp did any Joker, I could see him as Red Hood Joker.
I could see Johnny Depp as Red Hood. Granted, he's a little bit older, so I think
Red
Red
Hood.
Hood.
He would be good for the Joker if they did a live action version of the Under the Red Hood.
Right.
That
Yes.
that anime movie instead of Ben Hur.
After the Nightwing movie. Maybe.
I did that
Nightwing,
movie.
they kill off Nightwing, then he comes
Okay.
back.
Or just give me a
He's never
Nightwing.
dead.
Or give me a Nightwing series.
Pick of the week.
Yeah, pick of the week. Pick of the week is where we highlight that TV show, anime, music, whatever it is that we think you should pay attention to.
No, y'all skip me real quick. 'Cause I
Damn.
gotta
Okay,
think
I'm gonna
about
skip you real quick. Who wants to go? Great.
Pick
You
of the
seem
week.
like you're thinking over there. You got pick of the week?
The Power Rangers comic book story, they are revisiting the origins of Lord Draken with by the Spider Slayer, Kimberly Hart, and the alternate, who has to go back to her world, but she has to find out, like she has to end what he had, and they find an old villain, a surprise villain, which I'm thinking is Scorpina, but she has to redeem herself in that world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Craig, pick of the week.
I'm gonna stick with the same one I plugged last time, which is Paranoia Agent, the same show that Ashlyn mentioned earlier. So I still haven't finished the show. I'm on episode 10 out of 12. I'm almost there, but the show has evolved to a point that I feel it's worth to re-mention, because last week I said it's just another horror anime, but as the episodes progress, it's like it still goes into psychological horror, but it's not just scary. There's a lot of comedy. There's some episodes I was dying laughing, but still understanding that there is some kind of beast or monster that feeds on paranoia.
Just a little boy beat people with a golden bat.
Then what's your pick of the week?
I'm gonna cheat. I have two.
Okay.
Okay, so one is my graduating class of 2020, because I'm graduating next week with my
Cheers.
American Sign Language degree for being an interpreter. And another one is, it's going to be this for a while, probably Animal Crossing, because it's amazing. And there's an amazing community. I met some awesome people. And I'm also going to start gaming on there. And there's a lot of people who want to join, because I'm putting games on my island, so games within the game. If anybody wants to join, I'm going to...
So this has Gameception in it too?
Well, there's not necessary, but I'm making games I'm making a board game on my island, and I'm making roulette, and I'm making hide and seek, and a treasure
So you
hunt.
doing Gameception in this?
Yeah.
I've never seen a video game have a deaf player with sign language. That'd be interesting.
There's a good...
Yeah,
I
but-
haven't talked to him in a while. A deaf
No,
that I
a
know.
video game that has a deaf player that signs.
There's gonna be there's one with a rabbit that signs.
Oh.
I forgot what his name. It's a game that's coming out. The protagonist is deaf, and you can he signs, and you'll learn the sign language as you go along in the game too. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, so if you want to come play games with me, I'll be Relentless Banana. My first game, I'm giving out a million bells, which is a lot of bells in Animal Crossing.
I was just about to ask you how they can reach out to you.
Relentless Banana. Okay.
On what platform?
Click on the subscribe
Twitch,
button.
and then Facebook, I'll just be Lynn Simone. I guess I'll stream on both.
There you go.
There you
Ryan, what's your pick of the week?
Well, according to this guy here, was telling me about. I'm gonna switch it up. So it's a video game. He was telling me about Robocop on Mortal Kombat. So he was basically saying that they got Robocop on Mortal Kombat 11, and he has a move or a finishing move,
Fatality.
a fatality where they shoot you in the dick.
Well, what happens?
But I ain't trying to be funny, but I was like, what?
It's the gimmick from the movie. Remember the first bad guy he sees in there that tries to rape a girl? He aims between her dress and shoots a guy's dick off. And like, there's a T-shirt that was made that I saw somebody took wore and took a picture of Peter Weller, and he's laughing his ass off. It says, "Remember the time Robocop shot the guy's dick off?" And like, so basically, he shoots like a dummy grenade at the guy, goes up, he aims, and while the guy's like, no, it's actually a grenade, bounces off the guy's head, and he aims that, and then aims at the guy's dick, and then the grenade goes bam, and Robocop just like dramatically goes just away from the explosion.
Yeah, but the reason he shot that dude's dick off is because he got his dick shot.
Yeah, but it's a gimmick that everybody would remember from the
He did.
He did. Like
He did. They shot the shit out of his body. It was
like,
done.
I don't know if everybody remembers like the first RoboCop.
Yeah,
Man, that was
Robocop definitely
gruesome.
has
no,
vengeance on
Yes,
society.
like remembering over and over again that you got your dick shot off. Oh, that's the first thing I'm gonna shoot on the dude who did it, and that's exactly what he did. He shot that dude's dick off.
Yeah, but that wasn't one of the guys that killed him.
Doesn't matter.
That was just one of them.
PTSD is real.
Yeah.
I really love, but I can say the other topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna fucking lie. And back again to this guy right here recommending me to play this game, Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game is so fucking awesome. Like, I cannot put the controller down and then kind of bring me back to high school, because that's when I played the first original one on PlayStation. They added so much more shit, and they added a different gameplay now. Besides, like, I mean, when people was playing it back then on PlayStation, but now it's like it's a button mash. That's the only way I can explain the shit. Besides the actual strategic, like,
it's more of a live action.
And it's so fucking dope, man. Like, I fucking love that shit, and trust me and believe me, I will be streaming that shit probably like in the middle of next week or sometime, 6/6. And stuff like that. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be freaking awesome. Come check it out. I love that fucking game, man. I give it 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 automatically, straight up.
Sebastian, what's your pick of the week?
Kingdom.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the anime Kingdom.
Don't get confused with the Netflix
Yeah,
one.
do not use the Netflix one. No, but the anime Kingdom, it's really fire.
He introduced me to that one. It looks dope.
What platform that's on?
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. You can watch all the I don't know if you can watch the latest season on Hulu, but it has a total of 3 seasons.
And what's the name of it again?
Kingdom.
Kingdom?
Yeah, it's about it goes back. It's like one of those Chinese animes. It's probably one of the most mainstream Chinese animes that's out there, I believe. And it's about like ancient China, before China was China, when it was like 16 different countries, and they're like warring nations, and about China uniting and exactly what it took to unite China. And it's really awesome because it involves battles, like strategies, generals, all different types of stuff.
Nice.
My pick of the week would probably be, he introduced me to this one too. I like badass characters, so Unlimited Psychic Squad. But it looks dope. You can check that one on Hulu.
You should also check out the first season of
Is
it,
this
which
it
is
right?
the... Yep.
Yeah, that's Kingdom.
That's it.
I'm about to watch this.
I think it's like
Yes.
Psychic Children. I don't know if anyone's seen that anime. Okay.
Same
That's the first season.
Sounds like
basically the whole
Akira.
well, the whole premises of the world is that espers are real. So kind of like psychopaths, except the difference is like these espers are real, and people of course become afraid, and there's different levels for espers, and they like countries immediately start banning people with espers, like not hiring them, turning them away. And so the first season is about these 3 little girls who have like ridiculous esper ratings. They're all rated level 7, which is like the highest esper rating you can have. And the Japanese government basically seizes them and like raises them, and they're raised to fight other espers and like bring them under control. And the second season, it shows you, and the cool part about these seasons is the second season shows you the villain side. And it actually very much humanizes the villain and makes you want to join the villain's side. Because he's like, I just don't want espers to be controlled by people.
By Magneto. But we're going to go ahead and watch some Scooby-Doo. But thanks for joining us for another pod. Peace.
Peace out.
Oh, I guess I should also shout out Scooby-Doo then.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
I'm sorry. I got opinions.